Hey, how's it going, guys? Yaniv here, and welcome back to another video. I know I've been gone for a while here. For those of you guys who are new here, we're going to be back on track, so don't worry about this. But in today's video, I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I've been working on and really try to help you guys out with some things here. So today we're going to talk about the 9 ways to increase Amazon FBA sales, and we're not going to be talking about increasing PPC spend, doing all that stuff, or stuff like better pictures, better copy, or optimizing, etc. like that, right? You've seen those videos. There's a ton of them out there. It's the same crap, on repeat. And so I want to do things differently. I want to give you guys some actionable steps that you can use right now, right after watching this video, to increase sales and help you guys out on this journey. And so stick around for it because we have 9 things. I could have made 10. I could have thought of a 10th one to do some fluff, but I didn't want that. So I want to make sure this video is just straight to the point. And I'm sure a lot of the points I'm going to be talking about here you would not have known about. So let's just enough talking about that. Let's get into the video. And so the first thing on the list to increase sales is global shipping. And so at no extra charge, you can sell to more than 100 countries around the world through the FBA export program. And so the international buyer will pay additional shipping costs and customs duties, but it will cost you as the seller absolutely nothing. So essentially the reason this is an option is because lots of countries around the world don't have Amazon yet. And so they shop on .com. There's a lot of countries out there who, like I said, they don't have a marketplace next to them. And so they go straight to the US marketplace and they buy stuff internationally. And so all you got to do is literally flip a switch and enable it in your settings. And when someone searches up from a country outside of the USA, only people who have this toggled will actually show up in the search results. And so, like I said, it's literally just a switch. It's going to increase some sales over the long term. These things that I'm going to mention here, they're not going to just overnight success you, but if that makes sense. But if you add them all up together, they're going to make a huge difference in your business and increase your conversion rate by a lot. So let's talk more about that. So basically, how do you turn on global shipping? So you go to settings, then you go to fulfillment by Amazon, and then literally just click on edit right there and make sure that the FBA export program is actually enabled. It's as simple as that, and you'll be able to ship through to different countries outside of the US. Pretty simple. Now let's go to the second one. This one maybe you guys have heard about, maybe not. If you haven't, this is an amazing one. It's be mobile friendly. And so over 60% of sales on Amazon come from mobile devices. I don't know if you guys knew that, so that's a pretty huge deal. And the layout is different, and you need to optimize for mobile as well, not just desktop. Now let me explain to you how you actually do that. So on desktop, let's talk about this gray mask right here. You can see the title. It cuts off at adjustable wide. I assume that says straps, so you can't really see that. That's where it cuts off. Now on mobile, as you can see here, it cuts off a lot earlier. So if you have features or things in your product that you want to feature, okay, if you want to feature the features, you need to add them to the front of the title because otherwise, if you have differentiations and stuff like that, people won't be able to see it if it's all the way at the end of the title until they actually click into your listing. And so that, over the long term, can lower some conversion rates, or if you have a really good differentiation, you want to be able to have that in your title, and also obviously in the picture so that people can see it. And that's actually a really easy way to optimize, just bringing the more important parts towards the front of your title. Now, let's talk about desktop. Another thing. On desktop, you can see the features that are right there. Okay, so it's the title, then the features, and then the bullet. On mobile, it's a little bit different. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm going to play this video here and explain. So as you can see, the description comes up first. It goes description, and then after description, it goes features. And so on desktop, it's features and description, and this one's the other way around. So if you are like most of the people on Amazon who don't really care about their, description too much, you've probably actually been losing a lot of sales because most sales come from, mobile. So make sure that your description is actually nice. Make sure that it's actually providing value and that people actually know, because on mobile, people are going to read the description first. So don't just pay attention to your to your features. So that's one tip right there. Now, number 3 is enroll in brand registry. So with brand registry, you have access to brand content, and this is going to increase your conversion rate. Enhanced brand content leads to brand trust from customers and helps you differentiate and stand out. I'll show you exactly how. And so, but to get enrolled in brand registry, you have to have a trademark. And this used to be really difficult and used to take a long time, like 8 to 10 months. But now you can enroll into the IP Accelerator program. And this is done through Amazon. In about 2 weeks, you'll be able to get enrolled in brand registry. So this is a huge game changer for a lot of people who are starting off. And so let me show you guys exactly how to do that. Basically, what this is going to do is it's going to change your descriptions from something like this, and you can actually make stuff like the one on the right. So here's a boring description, something that most people have, or similar to that, and you'll be able to do stuff like this or like that, right? And obviously, if you combine this with the mobile optimization, you can see how this can become a lot better because people are going to see your description first, and so you're going to make more sales and have a higher conversion rate. And so this is just a tip. And like I said, this used to take 8 to 10 months, but now you can get involved in this in just about, like I said, 2 weeks. And so this is a new thing that Amazon rolled out. Basically, all you have to do is go to Amazon IP Accelerator, and this is all legit. It's done through Amazon. It's all real. And so you just press Get Started, and then you pick a law firm. And these are just law firms that Amazon has trust in, and they actually are able to do this. So you can only pick through these ones. And then in about 2 weeks, you'll get accepted into the brand registry program, which is awesome. And I have a note on the top right. I would say don't enroll into brand registry if you don't have a product yet, or if you're not really making that many sales yet. It's really not worth it at the beginning, but it's something that will increase your sales and conversion rate in the future, which is obviously something you want to look for. Now, number 5, this is another one that you might not want to start off right away with, is expanding into other markets. I think that makes makes sense. If you're making about $3,000 per month profit or more, you should probably be doing this. And so basically, you already have a distribution set up, you already have manufacturing, branding set up, you have all that stuff set up, you've already done everything. And so if you are making some money, you can start to ship out your product to different marketplaces. So you've already done the work. You already have the pictures. You already have the, you already know the market and stuff like that. So why not just go from the USA? You can go from the US to UK to Canada. These are, let's say, if you're an English speaker, those all speak English. And so, you can do that. Then after, I would recommend moving into other markets like Germany and the non-English speaking markets, because obviously, if you don't speak the language, it can become difficult. But really, you can easily increase your sales, with just having one product in, 5, 10 different marketplaces without really doing too much work. You just, don't even need to be making that many sales to actually making more, more money, and a significant amount of money at that. So that's that. Now, note, even if it's, if you're going from an English-speaking country to another English-speaking country, the keywords used in the listing can be different. Example, in the USA, we use the word mom. I say we as if I'm in the US, I'm in Canada, but essentially we use the word mom versus mum in the UK. And so just so you guys know, I'm not full of it. Have a thing there. That's actually, if you're from the UK, you probably know this, but you guys use mum. So that's what I found online, and this is obviously an issue, right? If you're using all your keywords wrong, you can't just copy and paste them over from the US, because in the UK they use stuff like trousers, and so anyways, in different countries they use different keywords. So you can't just copy and paste it over, but that's a little work to do for a lot of benefit. Now, if you're going into places like Germany or into places where you don't speak the language, you can easily get them translated. It doesn't cost too much, and so that's that's that. But one thing to note about that is obviously, if you are going to those countries, you need to get some sort of customer service rep that speaks the language, because imagine if you're getting tickets sent in from Germany and you don't speak the language, it'll be pretty hard to respond to those, right? And so that's how you do that. Now, number 6 is adding a video to your listing. And this is going to increase conversions drastically and differentiates you from the competition. So I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I go on a product, if it has a video, I think automatically, wow, this brand is probably legit, or these guys are more legit than everyone else because they have a video. And so if you watch the video and it's pretty good, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I personally would be more likely to buy from that actual brand. And so the way you do this is, there's a few ways, right? There's the expensive way, which is just through Jungle Market. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that if you're first starting off. There's a cheap way, you can do it through Fiverr, and I know someone who's done it for $100 for the video and then $90 to post on the listing. So for less than $200, they have a video posted on their listing, and it's a pretty good video. Like, I've watched it, I like it. I definitely think it increases their conversion rates, and it would definitely increase yours as well for just $200. And this is something that actually literally pays for itself. When people come to your listing, if having a video just increases your conversion rate by 2-3%, over the long term, this is just basically free money. You invest in it, and then you'll make money back 100%. So it's a really good investment to get even a cheap video done. And lastly is to just do it yourself. And I'm going to show you some examples. These are examples that I found on Facebook. And so these videos are getting millions of views, which means that if they're getting millions of views and people are continuing to advertise those ads with those videos, obviously they're profitable, and so people are buying, and so which means they're good videos. So let me show you one. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to show you what this is, but it's clearly homemade. It's clearly done by somebody, by themselves. And so if you can do something like this, it's really easy to, add this to your listing and make some money. So let's play it. So I'm not going to talk too much, but basically, yeah, you can see it's a really homemade thing. He just decided, you know what, I'm just going to, there's nothing crazy about this. And I think they're selling the lights. So you can easily make something like this yourself, nothing crazy, and it works well. obviously. And so that's another thing. Another thing I would recommend is adding actually something like this to your listing. Now, not the things on the top and the bottom. Those things on the top and the bottom definitely is not something you want to add, but this is something I found on Facebook. Obviously, this guy's a drop shipper, so I wouldn't recommend that. But you see how the words are coming up there every time, I would recommend adding something like that to your listing as well, especially if you're doing this yourself in your video. If you don't know how to edit stuff like that, you can easily pay someone on Fiverr like $10 to do it for you. Just write out the script and they'll add it. And so, yeah, it's something that's going to increase your conversions, and it's pretty easy to do. This is obviously homemade stuff, right? And so just remember to avoid the things on the top and the bottom. Do not add those to your Amazon product, okay? Or add that to your Amazon listing. But it's pretty simple and something that would definitely increase sales. So additional video tips, all right? Post it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc., and use Amazon associate links to link to your product. So basically, YouTube, Facebook, all these places are just free sources of traffic. You might as well post it up there if you're going to make it. You might as well post it up there, and in the description have like a Amazon associate links. So basically, there's just an affiliate link for everything that you sell through that link. You'll make a small commission, but it's just additional money for you. And so not only are you going to be making money on the actual sale of the product, you're going to be making money from the commissions. And this is 100% terms of service compliant. So you get the commissions and you get the money from the sale. And so you might as well just post this everywhere, and when people see it, they'll buy it. Again, it's just free sales, it's free money, if that makes sense. And you can just do that, right? So why would you not? That's an easy way to also get some sales too, right? 7 is Q&A questions. Now this is something that's overlooked a lot. A lot of listings, customers will ask questions, and basically all you got to do is you got to answer them. It will definitely increase conversion because people are obviously coming there with questions. And you'd be surprised at how many times I've gone into listings and seen people's questions and the seller not answering them. And so that's obviously a huge, huge problem, because if people are having the same questions, every time someone has a question, if they're asking it, they're not going to buy, right? They're waiting to get that answer before they buy. And for every person that asks a question, maybe there's 100 people who had that question, but who never asked it and then didn't end up buying. And so you got to look at the questions. And if everyone asking the same thing, you got to advertise it on your listing. So if everyone's asking, for example, right, this is example I have. So if you're selling a water bottle and everyone asking if it's BPA free, and it is, then you should add it to your title or to your features or somewhere, so that when people see it, they know, hey, it's a BPA-free water bottle. They don't need to question it. They don't need to ask you, and so they'll know. And so this is a really good, easy way, if you have some sales and you have some questions, to actually, make sure that you're advertising those features and, answering those questions in your actual listing. Super, super easy way. Number 8 is lightning deals. So basically what this is you offer a discount on your product for a certain amount of time in exchange for being put up on the Today's Deal page. And the Today's Deal page is the most viewed page on Amazon, besides the actual homepage of Amazon itself. And so this will allow you to increase sales velocity and draw traffic to your listing, getting you more sales, okay? But there's some stuff you need to understand. So 1, you need to be eligible for a lightning deal. You might not know it, but you may be qualified to actually have one, right? So I'll show you guys exactly how to know if you are qualified. But you do need to be qualified to actually run a lightning deal. And so let me explain how you do this. Go to advertising, click on deals, then click on create new deal. And then you'll see at the bottom here, search up your ASIN. And if your ASIN is qualified, it will show up there. If it's not, then just keep checking back. You might not be qualified, but you can keep checking back, because every week they, or every few days, they'll post up new things, and just make sure that you keep coming in here to see if you're qualified. Because if you are, it could be a really good, easy way to make sales. All right. And so that's that. Now, additional tips about lightning deals and just deals in general. So basically, to have a deal, Amazon forces you to put a significant discount on your product. You can't just sell it at the same price you're usually selling out. It actually needs to be a real deal, okay? And so Amazon makes sure of that. And you have to do the math, because lightning deals cost money, right? To actually start a lightning deal, it costs you money. And you need to make sure it makes sense. You need to do the math. And so let me give you guys an example here. So as an example, let's assume your product costs you $5 to manufacture and get it landed in let's say in the US, okay? Or wherever you're selling it. And the forced discount price, the forced, retail price that Amazon is forcing you to sell at is $15. Let's say maybe you're selling at $25, but they say, hey, if you want to launch a lightning deal, you have to sell for $15. So let's say that's, something that happens. Now, at this point, you have a $10 profit margin, but obviously you have FBA fees. So let's say assume your FBA fees are $7, okay? Which is not unreasonable. Your profit per unit would be $3. Now, cost of lightning deal, obviously to do a lightning deal, Amazon charges you to actually have the privilege to launch a lightning deal. And so that's $350. Now let's keep moving here, and I'll show you exactly where this can go severely wrong. Another thing Amazon does actually force you to do is offer a certain amount of units, right? So you can't have a lightning deal for like 20 units. You need to have they give you a minimum amount of units to give away. So let's say you're offering 200 units to do as a deal. Now the total potential revenue for this deal would be 200 units times $15, which is the retail price, which would be $3,000. Now on paper that looks pretty good, but again, that's revenue. So let's go a little bit deeper here. Now let's talk about the total potential, not the total profit, the total potential profit, which is assuming you sell out of 200 units at a $3 profit margin, which is your margin there, which means you made $600. Now $600, maybe not bad, not too great, whatever, not a big deal. If you have the units you want to get rid of, might be good. But let's, now $600 minus the $350 product cost of lightning deal equals $250 profit left over. Now this is all assuming you sell out of the 200 units you're offering. Now let's talk about something that may also happen if you only sell 100 units. So let's say 100 units do not sell. So that means 100 units times $3 profit equals $300. So you only profited $300. Now remember, you still have to pay the cost of the lightning deal, which is about $300 to $350, which can actually easily, cost you money. So you sold 100 units, okay, but you're negative $50 in the bank. And so this is something you got to be careful about. If you're trying to liquidate inventory, this could be a good option. Other than that, it's really not that great. So you have to do the math to make sure that it actually makes sense for your product. This is just an example of one thing that could be bad. Just make sure that it makes sense on your product before you actually start a deal. So that's that. Now let's talk about number 9. This is the last thing we're going to talk about, but there's one thing I want to mention at the end. So it's testing new variables and seeing what increases sales and conversions. And so basically you split test, let's say one variable versus another. So like picture A versus picture B, and you see which one makes more sales, which one has a higher conversion, and so which one makes you more money. And so you got to stick to split testing one thing at a time. Now, and I really recommend split testing pictures for the most part on Amazon, especially your main image. It's going to make the biggest difference. And so you got to test A versus B. And another really good thing to do is actually split test your price. But remember, you want to change one variable at a time. So you can't split test your pictures and your price at the same time because there's too many variables going on and you can't track exactly what's going on. And another thing that I've noticed in this space is that a lot of the times people don't give it time, right? They'll change a picture, they'll wait 2 days and they'll be like, nope, okay, this picture is not good. But you didn't really give it enough time. You don't have enough significant data to make that judgment call, right? And so that's an issue. Give it time. If you're going to do this, give it like 2 weeks. Just don't touch. Make sure you're getting significant data done, right? Another thing you can do is use softwares like Splitly. It's just really easy. It does it all for you. Make sure that the stuff that you're seeing is actually significant data. And so that way you don't really have to guess. It'll tell you, hey, this is 90% chance that this picture is doing better than the other picture. And so that way okay, we're going to use this picture instead of the other one. And you can do price and stuff like that as well, all through the Splitly app. It's actually pretty awesome. Now, additional tips on Splitly and kind of split testing. Don't split test if you're new. You need control data. So you need to have a lot of data, before you can start changing stuff to know if you actually increase sales or not. If you don't have any data, then it's hard to know if you made any difference, right? So don't really do it if you're new. Now, if you are new or if you're looking for additional help, okay, let me tell you what I've been doing for the past couple months. I've actually set up my free training, and it's actually not a 2-hour-long webinar. It's not something that's going to, sell you a dream or filled with Lamborghinis and private jets and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of stuff like that out there. A lot of people do that kind of stuff, but I decided to do things differently. So in this thing, I'm not going to sell your dream. I'm not going to waste your time. It's 20 minutes. It's not 2 hours long. And so you can check it out if you want to. If not, I have a lot of other cool videos on the channel which you can check out. But it's going to teach you the foundations and systems for success. It's going to give you some of the things that I've learned over my time in just a quick 20-minute video. And honestly, 20 minutes is probably the same time you watch this video. Go there. It's going to teach you some more stuff. And the best part is at the end, there's nothing to sell. There's nothing to buy. There's nothing like that. But if you do qualify, you'll be able to actually hop on a call with myself or one of my team, and we can talk more about if Amazon is the right path for you, if what you're doing here is the right thing, if you need help in any way. That's what we do there. And so, like I said, nothing to be sold, nothing like that. Just a potential opportunity to get on a call if you qualify, and that's a big if. But if you want to know more about it, check it out, link in the description. And so I'll tell you guys about some of the stuff that I've learned on this journey. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, remember to like it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.